Well, a very good afternoon and welcome to Kingsdale Golf Club for opening round coverage of the DUKSHINEPC Championship here on the KLPGA Tour. For the second time in 2025, it's a brand new event on the schedule. Really looking forward to some fantastic golf here in the fifth event of the season. Last week's winner, Bang Shin Sil, really produced a wonderful finish to the next St. 9 Masters, birding fourth, her final 5 holes to claim the title and move to the top of the order of merit. Fourth at the par 5-6. It's a brand new event here. We have been to Kingsdale before, where a certain Cho Ayan emerged victorious en route to winning Rookie of the Year honours in 2019. Ayan currently 1 under par. Scoring has been challenging in this opening stages of play. 3 under par is the lead, currently held by a quartet of players. 3 of them completed their rounds this morning. Only E.J. Young still out on the golf course with lots of holes left to play. And then Jua and then Chun Chon a few weeks ago at the first inaugural event, let's call it that, of the season. 3 over, and has had to avoid dropping to 4 through the early stages of this championship. Now, there's a little bit of extra pressure when you are sponsored by the host company. That's the challenge that faces Moon Jung Min this week. She has had a very solid start to the season. In the top 15s already this year for Moon, yet to miss a cut. To be just through the back of the green here at the par 4-7. You can just tell where we were a couple of weeks ago off Zone County, just how the native grass here is starting to bed in around South Korea as we go into late spring, but that's inexcusable. Just a very poor chip shot there from Moon Jung Min. Tiny backswing. Just get the sense it's never going to be enough. They're trying to help it up. See so many amateurs do that. Psychologically, your body knows you have to take a big enough backswing to generate the required energy to carry the ball a certain distance, and then there's a lot of other manipulation that goes on in your body, your arms, your torso. You just try to help the ball in the end. It's not what you want to do. Plenty of loft on that wedge anyway to get the ball in the air. You just have to commit to the acceleration. Now that sounded a little thin. Goodness me, Moon Jung Min just making a little bit of hard work of this 7th hole. Choi Ka-bin, one of the few players under par at the moment, currently 1 under with an excellent pitch shot. Looks like G1 there, you can see in the foreground. It's a lifty pitch from Choi Ka-bin, easier said than done, coming straight downwind. Kyung. Going to be a slow one here from the front of the 7th green. You can see that little tier that she's putting up. Shinsil. Just a 1, but that putter really came good. The back 9 last week. On Sunday continues to remain good for Bang Shin Sil, now a 3-time winner on the KLPGA Tour. looking to extend her advantage at the top of the order of merit in the We Made points list this week. This is Kim Min Byul, former Rookie of the Year. Eagle putt here on 18. She comes up and over that steep shoulder. If this drops, it would be for the outright lead. That's an excellent try. She'll have that make it a 5-pack at 3 under par. A couple of disappointing weeks for Kim Min Byul. Just has not really had any sort of momentum going, but she'll take great confidence with the start she's had here at Kingsdale. Now, Park Ji-young. Solo, well, tied for 3rd last week with Mada Som's birdie on the last on Sunday to just nick a little bit of change out of the 10-time winner's pocket. But she's piecing together a very efficient opening round. 1 under the card is Park. Now Kim Min Joo for her par. Okay, well hold. Actually 2 weeks ago, a solid top 8 finish last week at Gimhae Gaya for Kim Min Joo. Won Jung Min. To limit the damage to only 1. Still a lot of swing in this. You can see her giving this about a cup and a half of break outside right lip. Still wasn't enough. So a costly double bogey for Moon Jung Min. Give yourself all that unnecessary pressure early on in your opening round. Try not to think about it, but this is when the cut line starts to creep into your mind, and crazy to think that's a good 20 holes away from Moon. All professionals, they think of funny things. Shinso back on the tee. Strategy this week was just to try and make sure she keeps that ball in play. There's a lot of trouble around this very hilly golf course, much like Gimhae Gaya last week. A lot of undulations that the players have to deal with. The penalty for straying off the straight and narrow can be quite severe. Shoot.
Shut.
Prize up for grabs this week. 180 million to the champion as Park Hyun-kyung slides that one in nicely. After the first major championship of the season next week, the KLPGA Championship at Lakewood, where that lady is a 2-time champion. So a good spot in the season to be finding some form if you're out on the KLPGA Tour. beautiful massage chair hole-in-one prize at this downhill par 3/8. If it doesn't get claimed with a hole-in-one this week, it's going to go into that little prize pot for the eventual inaugural champion of this tournament. Nice touch there from the championship sponsors. Group of Park In-kyung, Moon Jung-min and Park Ji-young just assessing the situation back up on that raised tee. See that whole location today, just in that little middle saddle of the green. It's not quite a tier, because a tier would sort of imply that that middle section is higher than the front section. So it's a pretty accessible hole location, if you think about it. A couple of different slopes which you can use to funnel that ball in towards that hole location. So that massage chair could very well be under threat. I hope they put a cover on that overnight. Seems like a brave move to leave it out on that tee box all week long. So In-kyung would be first to go here, 164, but plays a little shorter, coming downhill. She's got 6 iron. Just short of the front hump and have it creep over that little rise, but is that hitting a fraction left? More than a fraction. Just tangles up on the fringe. Doesn't look too bad, but there is some severe slopage that she will have to negotiate. That second shot. It's not a very textbook golf swing, let's say. It certainly is very repeatable, and I like it. A little sawed-off follow-through, abbreviated follow-through. That was a bit wild. Staying out to the right, tried to save it. Is that going to crest over the little hump? No, it's going to sit right on its precipice. Despite a pretty generous hole location, In-kyung and Ji-young not hitting particularly good shots. Jung-min really deal with a little nerve settler here. Good swing on this 7-iron. When you find that valley where the hole is, and just give yourself a look. This is good. This is exactly what she would have wanted. Do it! Oh my goodness. Just grabbed a piece of the hole. I mean, the second that landed, that was the spot they were all trying to aim for. Come up and over that little crest. It was tracking. Just watch this one. Reverse, forwards, it was pretty good regardless. Here we go. Right there, thinking, you know what, that's on a nice line. Just wonders a fraction left. Again, hole-in-ones, they take skill, but they're mostly luck as well. Just Just a bit unlucky that one didn't straighten up and hit the center of the flagstick, but excellent tee shot. Just what the doctor ordered for Moon Jung-min. We go ahead to the 9th and Choi Rim. Birdie. Really in the mix. Most of last week, just faded away at the end with that barrage of birdies from Bang Shin Sil. That birdie is going to bring a smile to Choi Rim's face. Turns in 1 under par 35. Very tidy stuff with that clean scorecard. Excellent approach into 7. Just past the hole. This putt pretty hard to her right. The last couple of feet. That's a move there. Oh, look at that. Looked like someone kicked it. About 3 inches out. I think she can believe it. Candidate for shot of the day, if not shot of the week, courtesy of Shin's very own Moon Jung-min. Nearly an ace and nearly a brand new massage chair. Sung. Distance. Choi Rim had. That's what this one does. So for birdie to try and get back to even par. Similar results for Jun Sung. Must be an easy putt from back there. We're seeing everyone can it. Starts the front line with a bogey, ends it with a birdie. Sung back to even. This one down that pretty steep bank. Park Ji-young has flattened out the last couple of feet, but that ball will be carrying so much steam and momentum down that slope. It's a putt that I feel it's almost impossible to leave short. Certainly one of those where you'd be more than happy to get out of here with a 2-putt, but well, you don't see this every day. Park Ji-young considering chipping this, and again, look away if you're a greenkeeper here at Kingsdale. But if she wants the best chance to leave this one close, this is absolutely the right play, just because with a wedge, with chipping this, if you have good low point control and you pinch that ball perfectly off the turf, it's going to ride up the grooves of that lob wedge, get a little bit of spin and check, so when it does hit the green, you're going to get a bit of sticking action. And then gravity and the slopes and the contours will feed the ball down to the hole. Perfectly entitled to do this. You don't have to use a putter just because you're on the green. It just doesn't make you very popular with the greenskeepers. A little bit of grab there. You know what, all things considered, not too bad. She disturbed a blade of grass. She picked that one so cleanly. Seen a bit of everything on that 8th hole today. Why don't we go up to the 9th? Or the 18th, excuse me. And the 3rd shot into the closing par 5 for one of your 5 co-leaders, E.J. Young. Almost impossible to stop it to that whole location, coming straight downwind. So doing the right thing, just a little bit long for Jae Young. The opposite side of the hole to Jae Young. Some of the predicament very quick coming downhill. Lovely try. Good two-putt, we can call it that, for Park Ji-young, even though her first putt, well, in air quotes, was a chip. Still, it's going to be a 3 on the scorecard, and it's one that Park Ji-young would gladly accept. Decent effort. It's just the problem here at Kingsdale. Big greens, but if you find the wrong sections of them, paying a pretty steep price. It does look like a comfy massage chair, doesn't it? Jungmin got to hold the putt after an excellent tee shot like that. So just a little settler she needs. A birdie chance to go back to 2 over. Lacked a little conviction. It's a real shame. That tee shot deserved more. I didn't think the tee shot hit the hole, and the putt from 5 feet away didn't scare it. Sil looks like she might be in between clubs here. Just the longer one. Try and take a little off, I would think, is the play. Ji-young showing us what happens when you don't get it all the way into that middle section.
Shot.
Too much of it. Funny things, you step up on a tee on a par 3 like this, you think, right, that's an easy hole location, should give myself a chance at it, but you go up and sometimes put one of the worst swings of your day on it, and you walk off with bogey, just like Park Ji-young did. Park Bo-kyung, winner of the first event of the season, Phuket at the Blue Canyon Ladies, but this is wild left. Goodness, that's a huge miss for Park. Stay there. What do you think about that? That turns another 2 yards left. That's across the car path and in the penalty area. What is going on that 8th tee? Come on, someone's got to hit that middle section. Shame to think that only, in our coverage so far, only Moon Jung Min has had a putt from that middle saddle. And she missed it. That victory at the IM Financial Group Championship, the first of Minju's career. Ladies have already won this year playing together in this featured group. She's got 6 iron. Chopping off that follow through a little, trying to take some yardage off it. Oh! That's not bad. It should come off the backstop. Oh, it releases on. Oh, that was a well played shot. Just a little unlucky for Kim Minju.
안녕하세요. KLPGA 배소연 프로입니다. 우선 뜻깊은 일에 함께 참여하게 되었다는 사실 자체만 해도 굉장히 기쁜 일인데요. 선수들이 버디를 하는 만큼 더 큰 기부를 할 수 있다는 점에서 많은 버디를 해야겠다는 생각을 하고 있습니다. 그런 만큼 좋은 일 함께 할 수 있도록 열심히 하겠습니다.
안녕하세요. KLPGA 광신실 프로입니다. 2년째 드림 위드 버디와 함께하고 있는데요. 드림 위드 버디와 함께하며 우리 청소년들에게 꿈과 희망을 줄 수 있게 되어서 정말 좋은 것 같습니다.
저 역시도 꿈을 가지고 제 일을 하고 있는 만큼 그걸 통해서 그 꿈날개 클럽 청소년들에게 기부를 할 수 있다는 사실이 굉장히 기쁘고 많은 응원을 주고 싶어요. 꿈을 가지고 계속 해나가다 보면은 꼭 좋은 결과가 있으리라 믿고 있습니다.
꿈날개 클럽 분들 모두 화이팅 하세요.
근데 이게 저쪽에서는 절대 그냥 이렇게 가는 거야. 근데 여기는 이렇게 돌아서
Suji up at 9 with her third, currently 2 over par. So that's going to change in a moment's time. Play shot. Kim. Long putt for EJ Young at 18. This one very slowly up that hill towards the front hole location. And that will consolidate a very good opening 9 for EJ Young. Kyung, her third. See why the scoring has been rather high on the opening day of play. The penalties off the tee, very undulating greens, and a bit of slopage around the golf course as well. It's anything but a walk in the park, this Kingsdale Golf Club. And Jung Min, the elevation had come up on 23 meters more on that already long hole in the scorecard. That looked like a lazy swing. Just never got the body rotating through. We paid too steep of a price though. shot at 8. Shinsil right the top of this spine, which will move it right, and then as it crests right there, it should start to come back left, but just carrying a little bit too much speed. All in all, not bad though, but that's the same putt Park Ji-young had. Suji, I've given you this already. Please don't let me down. Okay. Good up and down. Nice birdie for Kim Suji. Needed after the back drop shots. 7 and 8. So just got to feather this one over the slope and let the contours do the rest of the work. Just saw a break that wasn't there. The pace was very solid. Front of the green at the 11th for Choi Ka-bin. Look at this one. Every chance. Touch there for Choi. It's going to bump and run. Right rough at the 9th. Decent enough. It's a good angle to that front left pin. That'll allow for some release. Fabulous shot. Well worked out from Moon. Plenty of control on this coming from the fairway. Just a bit of a hot first kick. I mean, we have seen a couple of players roll putts from that side of the pin. Oh Kyung for a par back at 8 after a wild tee shot. Nicely done for the Blue Canyon Phuket Ladies Champion. Careful with this. He wants to swipe right. Beautiful. Good two-putt. So 5 players tied for the lead here on day 1 at the inaugural Dukshin EPC Championship. 8 to 9. Park Ji-young. Birdie. Seen this putt a few times. That middle tier starts to work its way down, and tell you what, that must be the easiest putt on the golf course. That is the third we have seen hold, and they've all been from outside of 25 feet. Lovely response to the drop shot at 8. Park Ji-young goes back to 1 under. Shin-sil back on the tee. Travel down the left here, but she's got plenty of power to carry the water. Still air down the right hand side of this fairway. That far right, it's caught the fairway bunker. Good birdie for Mun Jung-min. Nicely done. It's a tricky passage of play. Step back in the right direction. Kim Min-ju. You can see that gentle rise all the way up to that 9th green. By the time we get there, I realize that we've had to cover quite a bit of extra distance with the elevation. Ideal layup for Kim Min-ju. So after that one quickly, so that indicates it should be heading down the fairway. So, from that fairway bunker, so should be, I think, a little bit further back, but not by much. So all three players in this featured 3-ball safely back in the fairway, coming up this 9th. shed silt. First to play into the ninth with her third shot, coming off a slight upslope. This will be a comfortable gap wedge for her. Pretty good shot, and it's going to just work its way down that slope for Bang. Join the group in red figures on this testy opening day at Kingsdale. One of your 6 co-leaders, Choi Ka-bin, with her second to the 12th. She's got a 9 iron from 115 meters, but coming downhill. Rim. A bit further back on that back 9, 62 meters into the 11th. A little past that hole, get it to grab. From inside at 18 feet left for birdie. You can see the very distinct sections on these huge greens. Kingsdale really makes distance control so very crucial. So make yourself good birdie looks out to the back 9. Group of Park Ji-young and company. So it's going to be Ji-young first to play from the left-hand side of the fairway. A slight downslope, which will knock that ball flight down just a little. But the angle is very nice to this back right pin position. A little slope to the left, which you can sort of toss this one into and have it kick right towards the pin. Rocket on her. That was poorly judged. No business carrying that one past the flagstick. Jumping in. Couple of yards closer. Also got that same downhill lie to contend with. So she can build on a little momentum after that birdie at 9. It's really a little uncomfortable playing off a downslope to a raised green. Very good shot. Beautifully judged. Almost to the flat of the fairway, so the most level of the 3 lies. Like Park Ji-young, she's pitched that too far. She's through the back of the green as well. Bogey past the pin on 9, putting for birdie. Oh, stop it. Just give play his putts if you hit it long left on that 9th green. That's another one that gets canned. Show your rim at 11. This left to right slider to try and claw within 1. Quite slide enough. Good effort. Choi Ka-bin to try and break out of that pack of players. Share of the lead to me this time.
소리 속인 것 같아요. 그 느낌은 난 소리 나는 것 같고 써주는 것 같아. 바로? 맞아.
So, Birdie, ninth. Drifts off to the right. Good stuff, even bar through the turn. Push inside. Open and take a big swing at this and slide the club under the ball. And played that as well as she could have. So trying to drill this one into that little upslope, kill the speed and have it trundle onto the green. Also very nicely played, showing you two very different ways to play similar shots. Played very well. Jump in. Big look here for Birdie after that beautifully controlled wedge. This putt will be moving from her right. Very gently downhill as well. Slide that one through the break. Just a little pacey. Back on 10T, just getting their back nine started. 3 winners on tour already this year. Of course, there have been 4, but year 1 taking the week off. Young for her par. More than a left edge putt. Okay. Scrambles away with no damage done. Going for a 4 as well. Left centre putt, good committed stroke. committed. That putter has really been misbehaving for Moon Jong-min today. Glares at it in disgust as she fumbles back to 3 over par. Now, this lady doesn't get putting wrong too often. Park Hyun-kyung. Low, she keeps that putter head to the ground. Puts such a good roll on that ball. Such a square club face as well throughout the course of the swing. In 6 iron, par 3, 13th. Loopy ball flight for par. Oh! That. No. No, that has hit the flagstick and wedged itself on the edge of the hole. That is phenomenally unlucky. I've never seen that before. Goodness, now Jihan Sol currently 1 over par. Are waiting for back on 10T because the group in front has already cleared the green. Regardless, still going with 3 wood. See from that tree, this tee shot playing straight down breeze. Keep this down the left half of the fairway and get it into the flat. Give yourself a much easier approach. That's perfect. Doesn't quite possess the speed of Shin Sil. Not many do. In all my years of doing golf commentary, it's the most bizarre break I have ever seen on a golf course. So it's rattled against the flagstick and wedged itself right at the rim of the cup. But the only thing that is keeping that ball from tumbling in for an ace is its own pitch mark. Go call for rules official. a million shots. That's actually harder to do than a hole-in-one when you think about it. This will not do the pace of play any wonders. Standard procedure if your ball does end up inside its own pitch mark. Procedure, the ball does end up in its own pitch mark. You would mark it, move your marker, fix that pitch mark, and then replace the marker, and then your golf ball. It's a hugely unfortunate break. Apart here, Jim, still it's going to be a 2, and still sometimes all you can do is smile. Until a couple of moments ago, this birdie putt into back to even par. To 13 and Choi Ka-bin. So that group alongside Park here, Jim. Up from the inside of the green, he slopes hard down towards that pin position, which has judged the pace quite nicely.
여기는 아예 없거든. 마지막 한 3m는. Players have to negotiate to find this 10th fairway. Negotiated very nicely. Up to the 11th, then Park Ji-young with her second shot up the hill. He will get close to the front edge of the green with a 3-wood. Right, saw that ball kick out of some rocks, but it's the lap of the gods now. Shinsil much easier from the flat portion of the fairway. That's really a part of a game that has improved tremendously in the last 12 months. Those wedges, gives herself a lot of them with her power. She's finally learning to take advantage. It's a birdie opportunity for last week's winner, Bang Shin-sil, seeking to become the first player to win multiple times this season. Back to Moon Jung-min on 11, just over that left rough. Frontage of the green for Moon Jung-min. Rollercoaster ride of a round continues. Short-sided on this 12, but an okay line on an upslope, so easy to get elevation on this. Beautiful. It's come thick and fast today. A couple of players have dropped out of that tie for the lead, but still 4 at 3 under par. Following that beautiful wedge shot, Pak Bo Kiom now for a birdie at 10. What a break that ball had in it. Judged it nicely. Gets herself back to even with back-to-back birdies. Season turns to even par. And Jung Min short of the green at the par 5 11th in 2, now pitching up this little shelf for her third. Played That's probably just right edge of outside right lip. How hard she wants to hit it. Okay. Well done. Birdie there breaks the string of pars for Bang. Looks like she's taking an unplayable lie. Ball must have been wedged up against a rock after that loose second shot. Get out of the way, get out of the way. Can roll within 2 club lengths of her spot. She'll drop it twice and continues to roll outside of that 2 club lengths. She will place it where it's dropped, so just conferring with the rules official that that has indeed rolled outside. Be a lot of distance. That happens. Green, Park Hyun Kyung. Steady, steady, steady. Shinsil fresh off the birdie at 10, tee shot at 11. She can certainly reach into. This is a precarious position for Park, so she's taken her unplayable, hitting 4. And she doesn't really have a stance. I mean, she'd have to almost grip there onto the shaft of the club, well outside the back, trying to drive one in low and scampering. To toy with the idea of playing that lefty, but I just don't think that's the right play. Now you're thinking, okay, just find a way to make 6. It's only day 1 of a 4-day event. Don't need to go too crazy here. Just keep sure footing. Choyurin back on the 13 to that front left bin. She's got 5-iron, which is 1 more club than Ahia Jun hit in her near miss. Beautifully played. Well done from Choi. Young's 5th now, from short of this 11th green. Don't think she can carry this onto that middle plateau. And a whole lot of room there. And the percentage play is just to try and land at the base of that slope and have it ride up. Trying to carry it all the way there, just wasn't the right shot, I think. It's getting a little sloppy now from the major champion. bunkered at 14 with her tee shot. Oh, playing her absolute gem of a golf shot. Sixth shot for Park Ji-young, and again, this just illustrates how quickly things can get away from you at Kingsdale. Pretty easy read. It's uphill all the way. Park. In after that. It was excellent. Fairly bunker shot at 14. A chance to move into the outright lead, and she does that. Very, very good for Joy Carbin. Piecing together a very solid opening round. It's that birdie putt past on 11. Now has this comeback of a par. She's making a bit of a mess here as well at the uphill par 5. Going on, Bangchin Sil. It's back in the fairway. John in for her birdie. Okay, Carter behaves this time for Moon. He made 2 pars today. Roller coaster for John Min. And that's the aerial shot. Like Bangchin Sil faces, just uphill all the way to this hole. This Park Ji-young tidies up a messy double bogey 7, which stalls the momentum a fraction. This right edge of the TV tower. That would be her line. With the left, you do bring a little bit of trouble into play. Of course, you go too far right, you end up that hill where we found Park Ji-young earlier. Started right. Needs to get lucky. That's what we saw last week at Inhe Gaya. Bangchin Sil leaking one out well up the hill. Park Bo-kyom's got eyes on it. The question is, has she gotten away with it? Is she lucky enough to be able to have a stance and to swipe at it? Choi Rim ahead on 13 after that wonderful tee shot with this right to left bender for birdie. Beautiful. Great conversion there for Choi Rim. Again, playing very nicely early doors in a championship, up into a share of 5th. Tournament leader by 1. Choi Kar-bin with a 7-iron and that beautiful BMW i5 series. Over $40,000 for a hole-in-one this week. A couple of near misses already today. Just to ease up, settle down, settle down. Could have done with an 8-iron, Kar-bin. Opening round coverage rolls on from Kingsdale here at the inaugural Dukshin EPC Championship, where Choi Kar-bin leads by 1.
난 이게
Bouncing still to have a swipe at it.
이게 네가
It's
칠
just such a toss of the dice when you hit it up into the hills and he's in the lap of the gods. It's like okay, that ice plant looking native grass. She gets enough ball on this. You get it on the front edge. Oh, it's going to chase. It's going to release. Not sure it's going to make it all the way up that little rise, but the situation nicely recovered for Bang Shin-sil, who's given herself a birdie opportunity at the par 5. Players turn back into the breeze for the tee shot on 12. Moon Jung-min with the honour after her birdie. Through the green, Choi Ka-bin pitching back uphill, settled down. Touch racy that one. So an 8-foot putt to try and keep herself in front. Second for Park Ji-young, down into the 12th. That one came off low. Caught it low on the face, perhaps. Well, she'll get away with it. No great damage done there, but not exactly the most straightforward up and down remaining. Shin-sil, this might really be a bonus birdie. Speed on that. Moon. Breeze into your face. Coming downhill, that ball spends a lot of time in the air. So important to cover it. Keep it out of the gust. Stay very balanced through that one. That comes up well short for Moon. Just seems to be struggling, stringing good swings and stringing good holes together. It's flailing a little in these tricky opening round conditions. Not sure your rim. Bogey free this afternoon. That's some very good playing. Second shot to the 14th, only 61 meters in. Beautiful stuff. Joy here, him. Tell you what, she is knocking on the door more and more frequency in the last couple of seasons. Got to be a case of when, not if, she gets that first tour title. As we return to your championship leader, comes in with a par putt at 15. Nicely holed, stays out in front by 1. So, just got to keep your concentration over these little ones. No gimmies in the game of golf. Emerges from her adventures up the hill on 11 unscathed. Well, this opening round of the inaugural DUKSHINEPC Championship has not been without drama, adventure and interest. It's been a wonderful start to what we can only hope is going to be another great championship in 2025. Third birdie of the day, Choi Rim at 14. Within 1 of Choi Ka-bin. Just trying to force that one in with pace. Didn't quite look out far left enough. She's given herself looks. Very good ones at that. Now back to Moon's third. At 12, pitching across the diagonal breadth of the green. Got to make sure you give this one enough welly just to get it into that little collection bowl where today's pin is. There's the slope, should gather a little bit of pace. Not enough. The putter's going to come under pressure once more. Not really what she needed to see. Come back for par at 14. Complimenting her. Some stellar play being bogey free. Just like that, a 3-putt. First blemish on a Thursday scorecard. To 1 under. Park Hyun Kyung. Ooh, goodness. I know she wanted to play that low, but I think that was almost a straight knife. Luckily, that hit the upslope. Took a bit of sting off it. That's an uncharacteristically poor shot from Park. One park to another. This is Bo Kyom back on the tee. Her par. It's one of those lengthy putts where the expectation, yes, you want to make it, but the expectation of holding it is a little bit lower, so you tend to have a slightly more free-flowing stroke. It's about the only thing she's got going for her at this par 4. was a very good putt. It deserved to drop. Nicely done there for Mun. Just a third par the round so far. Shinsil going with driver. Tee this one down, try and keep it out of that headwind. We found for Ban Shinsil. Oh, a fairway at that. With her struggles down on the green, this now for par. Straight through the break. It's just rolled into knee knocker country. Back on that a little. Ball slightly higher trajectory. The wind's really going to knock that one down. It does carry that right hand bunker. That's fine. Park Ji-young. There's three left with her second. This now for a par. Okay. Consolidates. Just stops the bleeding a little. One drop shot, but now back at 4 over par. It's Park Yeon-kyung having a bit of a rotten run there. 3 in her last 4 holes. Tee still with the honor, should be a 5 or maybe even a 6 iron. So from here in how to play this. Look at that front right corner of the green, try and use the camber. Pulls that left, but it's a soft bounce and that's not a bad leave. South Korea. Such good control on board actively with these clubs. I expect this one on 20 feet, especially with that side point available for use right at this pin. just a fraction short. That's a decent line. No problem. Sets that up in the breeze, which is indicated. Get this round back under control. For birdie or two, you shoot 74. It's going to be a struggle for everyone. It's been a difficult day. Important couple of holes here for par. Let's try and get away from you and make the task harder on Friday to stick around for weekend golf. Good view down the line of Bangshin Sill's approach to the 12. See that little bowl where the hole's cut? Back right section of the green. She's got a wedge from just inside of 120. Just misses the correct side of the slope, but all safely aboard in regulation. Must be spinning a little after that 3-putt back on 14, but compose yourself with a 7-iron on this 15th tee. Try that in, go deep with a similar club. I hope it's a smooth one for Joy. Beautiful shot. The breeze nice up there, and off the right. Supporting the correct section of the green there at the par 3. Used to be a bit of an awkward lie for Cabin at 16. Struggling for par again at 16, but she currently leads in the opening day at Kingsdale. stick out. Shakeup in, was in that bunker short of the green. The second splashed out to here, so this now for par. Ooh, gave it a great try. Much more she could have asked for. Perhaps a better second shot, but that's going to drop her back into a tie for the lead at 3 under. We'll go back to Kim Min Byul, who was up at 3 under at one point. Back at 2 now. And will stay there. Towards the end of her round, started her day on the back nine, so she'll be finishing up on the 9th. Trying the rim at par 350. Should finish that one without incident. Young just short of the green at 13. Pretty straightforward little pitch. Right on cue. Simple up and down. Sill back at the 12, sending that birdie putt on its way. All right, good pace on that. Still in the lead, but a share of it should count in 4 other players. Gave that a decent run, but like Park Ji-young will get away with a par. At the top of the show, just that extra pressure when the sponsor is also the title sponsor of a particular championship. And then hanging there, only 5 back at 2 over. Afford another drop shot, being at 4 over already. Park Hyun Kyung. She'll do just that. Good save. Still a lot of work to be done. Try and salvage something in this difficult opening round. That has been The real trickster today, that ever-present swirling breeze whipping its way around the mountainous Kingsdale Golf Club, wreaking havoc with the scoring for 132 of the best on the KLPGA Tour. It says 364 meters on the scorecard, but this 14th plays a whole lot shorter than that, but it's important to find the fairway with this tee ball. Look at the hang time on that, and yep, that is A-OK for Moon Jung-min. Tossed up between a 7 or a 6 iron. Par 3. This is up to the right. Trying to use that slope. See, Pompey is coming up short. I wonder if that wind is just switching on them. To a 3-wood. So you get a lot extra distance off this elevated tee. Kyung. This is a good opportunity to pick up a birdie. It's scoreable 14, playing as one of the easier holes on the back line. To hang a little bit further back on this 14th with a 3-wood, but she's done what she wanted to do, found the fairway, and still only has a wedge in for her second. Dances that one around the pin. Good shot for Park Ji-young. Got no clue where it's finished, but should be fairly pleased with that. Shin So this one landing on a downslope and slipping away from her to the left as it approaches the hole. It's okay. Manageable. Comfortable. Back for Dakshinsa. Choi Kar-bin has reached the 17th. Tee shot just crept into that left rough. A second shot now. 135 meters coming slightly downhill. Min, look at that big tee shot, just a little flick into the green. Got to capitalize on that lovely tee ball. And that's just a little too deep for Moon still. We'll have a birdie putt. Back on the 13th. So over that rise, then it switches downhill, starts to get pacey from there. All in all, very nicely judged. Made a mess of that second shot, so still not on the putting surface. Pitching up for 3. Pretty flat chip once this does hit the green. Can be aggressive. Good try. It's only a par. Him. As that midway point, should hang a right and gather pace. Jim struggling along at 4 over par. It's been anything but easy this Thursday. I have to say the pace on the putts today is really left much to be desired. She doesn't look very comfortable out there, does she? Shinsil for her part. Got to start this one outside right lip. Respect the amount of break. Here's into his putt. Maybe try to get this inside right with pace. Feed it in. Just like that. Gio would have been paying attention to Moon Jung-min's putt. Not as quick as Moon anticipated. Makes a much better fist of things there. Good birdie for Park Ji-young. Decision off the tee to hang back. Reaps its reward. Back to even par. At the moment, it's only 3 back of the lead. Out by 4 players, including this lady, Choi Ka-bin. Putt that will ride right along the top of a spine in that 17th green, and just at the end, you can see in your screens that'll move downhill. So pace control very important here for Choi. It's that downhill section. It's going to start working away, gathering pace. Settle. Not making it easy on herself, Choi Ka-bin. Moon to mop things up for par. Oh no, that's another short one she's missing. And that will give you the heebie-jeebies watching putts like that. It didn't even look like there was any conviction in that stroke. Just sort of waved the putter at the ball and hoped for the best. Another drop shot for Moon. She'll go back to 3 over par. Just 45 meters from the hole after her tee shot. You walk up with 5. That is a yucky feeling as a professional golfer. Now back to Choi Ka-bin to avoid a 3-putt of her own at the penultimate hole. Fortunately, bogey. Had the lead by 1, now trails by 1. Park Ji-young doesn't see the need for a driver here, just playing for position. The 3-wood. Good for Park Ji-young. See if it works out as well for Bang Shin-sil. You can see the elevation there. That tee box all the way up the top of that hill. Speaking of Park Ji-young, here she is on the 15th. 7-9's been a popular choice of club at this par 3 today. Nicely played for Ji-young. With a flatter ball flight, he needs to carry this about a third of the way on the green. Expect that release. She's hit her landing spot, and unlucky, that one just digs its heels in that upslope. Still not bad. To round things out here, the topsy-turvy day of Moon Jung-min. clear rim, just short of the 16th. Past the pin on 16th, excuse me. Tiny little pitch. Easiest of tap-ins left for par. Doesn't take anything in red numbers today. Not going to be too far off the lead if you post 4 rounds under par by the end of this week. It's really bared its teeth in this opening round, Kingsdale Golf Club, site of the 5th event of the 2025 season here in South Korea. So far enough back where this should be just a full 54-degree wedge for Bang Shin-sil. Pitch it by the hole, one hop and stop. That will be the plan. Not too much spin on it. Just backs it up into the front fringe. Not the end of the world. Still very makeable there. Short of the upslope at 15, putting for birdie. Slow to start, picks up pace when it crests that ridge and just meanders to the right. Just missed a little tiddler. That's not what you want to see facing you for par on the next. On the second shot into the 17th, 164 left, and she's got a hybrid. Done off the putting surface, but that is not going to be a very straightforward two-putt. You can see the big slopes that she's going to have to contend with as we go back to 15 and Hyun Kyung for birdie. Min's birdie putt go racing past that one low all the way at a much better pace. Simpler par putt left for Hyun Kyung.
물려있어 더블.
Fringe, putt that goes uphill for her. She can be a little bit more aggressive with this one. Two playing partners. General movement will be off the right. Pretty good. Simple two putt. Shinsu underneath the hole. Give this one a run. Took a little bobble straight off the putter face. A pretty big bobble, in fact. She's left that a good 4 feet short. See good acceleration of the stroke, long enough backswing. That putter head moving, no stalling. Let's hit with more conviction. Now that's a much better result. Good two putt from Moon Jung Min. Simpler putt, but gentle approach required. Swing that putt ahead, inside left half. Hat trick of pars for this group at 15. Young across the other side of the golf course at 6. Putt from just outside of 35 feet. Working that, most of it nicely. Front edge of the green here for Kim Min Byul. Over the spine. And it's definitely not Choi Kabin. That is Kim Min Byul, I can promise you. And that looks like it's the 8th hole, not the 18th. So a bit of a mix-up there with the graphics department. And regardless, that was a a very poor putt from Kim, and goodness, she's brought 4 putt into play.
거의 밀릴 거.
This is Troy Carbin. That's definitely the 18th hole, 3rd shot, but feels like she's a little bit too close here. 42 meters, playing downwind to a pin that really from this angle is short-sided. Plays with such an open club face, with so much speed. Get the ball sticking to the grooves of the club face to put as much spin as you can on it, because it's just going to kick away towards the back of the green once this does hit the putting surface. So for her par at the short 14th. Oh, that is a righteous mess. With a very simple wedge shot in for her second. Drop shot of the afternoon comes at 14. Same case for Choya Rim, really, when you think about it. It's not been easy. There were 6 tied at one point at 3 under par. Just the 3 from the morning wave left at the top. Han Jin Seon, Jung So Yi, and Hon Jin Young 2 leading the way with 3 under par 69s this morning here on day 1 at Kingsdale. in-between club situation for Bang Shin Sil. 7-iron might be too far. We'll have to take something off, or she could just smoke an 8. Going for option B. And that was the right one. Good shot there for Bang Shin Sil. One of the best we've seen into this innocuously tricky hole location. This opening round. On to Park Hyun Kyung. To 16th. It's birdie these last 3 holes just to give her some confidence going into tomorrow morning's second round. She's given herself an opportunity there at the par 4. Young from the right side just give her a slightly better view of the target, but from that rough it's just going to be a bit of guesswork how this is going to come out. Jumped on her, and that's let's be onto the upper tier. That is going to be a roller coaster. Look at the slope that she's going to be putting down. Yikes. Min, well right off the tee. Is she playing this off the cart path? No, just a trick of the camera angle. That looks pretty good though. It's steep, dug after that one. Trying to get that to grab. It's not going to make it all the way up, and in fact it's going to work off that slope. Very clever little shot from Moon Jung Min. It's getting better and better. Fabulous. In on the last chance to end the day with a little round of the afternoon for 69. 60s recorded thus far. Afternoon wave. Yet, but 2 under par 70 will be a good start for Choi Ka-bin. Stage, but she offered her 17 before she teed off today. She would have very happily taken it. So well played, Choi Ka-bin. Park Ji-young just got to get this to crest that plateau of dying speed, and then the slope's going to take over from there. That's got too much pace, surely. Goes racing on down. About as good as she could have done from there. At least the next putt's going to be uphill. Function so that she convert for a rare birdie at 15 after that sublime tee shot. Double breaker here, right early and then left as it gets past the marker of the playing partner. Let's see, a couple feet away. Power left with the break. Hyun Kyung, come on, got to roll one of these in. It's a good look here, right to left, very comfy putt for a right-handed golfer. Puts the break towards you. There you go. Ask and she delivers. Nice birdie there, and a timely one at that for Park Hyun Kyung. Very tightly bunched, this leaderboard. leaderboard in the opening round. You think the lead's at 3 under. You're 6 shots back and you're tied for 77th. Robbed of an ace back at 13th Park Hyejun. The golf course owes her one. This would be a nice way to end her day. Birdie putt on 18. Finds its mark. Well done, Park Hyejun. Battled through some breezy conditions. Not easy to wield that long one, but ends with a back-to-back birdies and a round of 1 over par 73. Min for her birdie. Just going to get this started. Ticklish one downhill. Just watch the length of that backswing. Notice in poor putts, that backswing is almost non-existent. It's almost like a shove. So good tempo on this. Keep that putter head swinging. Beautiful. Best stroke of the day there for Moon Jung-min. Picks up a birdie at 16 to go back to 2 over. And the reason I say it's such a tightly bunched leaderboard, as Bang Shin-sil steps up for this one for par, is think about the fact the lead's 3 under par. Moon Jung-min is at 2 over. Along with a bunch of other players. If the cut were to be made today, you squeak in and make the cut the number, you're only 5 shots off the lead. That is how congested things are right now in this inaugural Dukshin EPC Championship. Now Park Ji-young, this comebacker for par, after finding the wrong level of this split green at 16. So this is just a left edge putt. Birdies, a double and a bogey on the cards so far on Thursday for Ji-young. And that's just cruel. Stops on the edge. The second bogey of the day. Shin-sil going with a 3-wood here. Want to keep this as far up the right side of this fairway as possible, just to open up the angle to the left pin today. Snatches that tee up quickly. Likes where that one's headed.
다리는 싫어네. 다리 싫어요.
Choyerim, unfortunately, dropped another shot there on 17 to back it even par as she comes into the par 5 closing hole. Unlike Choi Ka-bin, she's far enough back where she should get some good spin on this, but again, just Erring on the side of caution, the poor miss there would be to come up short at the greenside bunker. No chance to get up and down from there. So take your chances from 20, 30 feet long. Absolutely no problem at all for Joy. It was always going to be hard to two-putt it from where she hit that second shot on the 17th. See how steeply you come up to this raised green at 16. Second shot. You have the luxury of using that backstop about 15 feet past the hole. Try and get a little slope to help your ball down. Shot from. It's on your yardage book. Your caddy will know it as well. It's just about trusting that number. So much feel. Calculate the elevation. Decipher where the wind's coming from as well. Pull that a little, but that's not the worst spot to miss it. Pressure on that, you could hear the quality of the strike. We'll move back a little off that slope. So just off a little upslope here. And that first cut of rough. She's looking out a little right. The flag's flapping up on the green. I think it's quartered downwind. Very important. Don't want to be on the upper shelf where Park Ji-young was earlier. Feed this in off the slope. She's got a gap wedge. Really good, intelligent shot there from Bang Shin-sil. I'll go out to the 6th, and Kang Ga-il, one of the rookie class of 2025. Currently 2 over for her day, but with a chance to claw one back here at the par 5. Okay, with dying breath, that one buries itself in the bottom of the cup. Nice little run of birdies there for Kang. To the 17th, Hyun Kyung, fresh off the birdie at 16. Now you have a demanding task ahead of you. This beast of a par 4, 151 meters left. Coming here with hybrid. See a lot of players bail out to the left, but that doesn't guarantee a 2-putt. How brave does she want to be? You can see just holding the club face open, trying to cut one in there. Oh, and this is some shot. This is outstanding from Park Hyun-kyung. Look at that. Just the ability to hit that shape, to hit that shot. That's world class from Park. A couple of yards closer and in the fairway, but she's on a downslope and coming out with a long iron. Not going to get the height that Hyun-kyung managed with the hybrid. Trying to play a similar shot and just quit on it. Double crosses that left, and oh dear, that's in Choi Rim country. Oh, just rolling onto the fringe may help there. Sits up a little more, a little cushion under it, so you can sort of flick a high soft wedge. Still not going to be an easy up and down for Park Ji-young. Jung-min, big drive, almost down to the flat. And a much shorter club in for her second shot, so should be able to take a slightly more direct line without having to manufacture some kind of shape on this. But still, got to keep that club face from turning over, try and cut one up, bleed it towards that right pin. No, it's going to get rejected by the slope. That's unlucky. It's 2 yards more. That one rolls down to where Hyun-kyung's is. Now again, Moon Jung-min facing a monster 2-putt here in the opening round of the Dukshin EPC Ladies Championship. Wind is flapping that extra long pin on 16. Such a distraction. I wonder why Park Bo-kyung didn't pull the flagstick out. Yes, the lie wasn't great, but every time you look up at your target, it's just the visual distraction of basically what looks like a flagpole just bending and arching into strengthening gust. Rim with the birdie effort. Oh, good effort, decent try. Level past 72 to get her week started here at Kingsdale. After that very creative second shot with this birdie putt. Oh, and a bonus there for Bang Shin-sil. Great birdie there for her. Choice but to fan the club face up and try and get some height on this for Park Ji-young. Just get that check on that first or second bounce. She just pitched down the top of the crest, and look at this. This is quality. Really nicely done from Park Ji-young. You would have thought it'd be almost impossible to leave that shot, certainly with the putter. But he played that a little too good. weeks ago. Birdie putt. This par 4 16th. Quick one from past the pin. Just leaves that a little short. These greens do slow up a little bit as we get later in the day. Just flatten out the whole head, isn't it, Kim? Jung Min got to hit this hard enough to get up the steep first part of the slope, then it's all downhill from there. She's got about 60 feet to go, so not an easy 2-putt. Start to gather there. Steady on, steady on. Oh, hitting the hole help there. Think of all the short putts that she's missed today. So easily could have been the right side of par, but she's hanging tough. That's what you want to see. You've got to make your sponsors proud. Parpo Kyom for par. Drew a very messy pitch shot from the left side of the green. Okay, salvages the situation well. Nicely holed there for Park. From one Park to another. Now Hyun Kyung after that sublime second to the 17th. This for birdie. Come back from there. Still, you take a 4 every single day. On the 17th hole, no question whatsoever. Bangshin Sills is where her power is a real advantage if she can square the club face up. Very short club in for her second when most of her competitors are hitting hybrids and fairway woods. This one a long hard stare. That left rough, but no harm done. Coming out of that rough with a 6 or 7 iron hybrid, I guarantee you that. So go up to the green and Park Ji-young for another great escape. Oh, just like on par 3 8th. He's a nice pitch and just can't convert. That one also eking a little left, but she's on an upslope. Why doesn't look overly appetizing though, has to be said. Much lower ball flight than her 2 playing partners. She's after that one quickly. That's the reason why. to the last, and Park Hyun Kyung with the honour. I'd like to think this is a good chance to end your day with a birdie, but it's a tough hole location on 18 today. Hands very low at address. You can see the toe of that club sticking up in the air. Something you teach, but works well enough for Jung Min as she splits the fairway there. Slippy bogeys today. So that double back at 11. And turned what was a pretty solid day into a pretty shabby one. 2 over. Jung. Slope to simplify the shot a little, but still a big ask. Kind of thing just staying on that line of the TV tower. It's a world-class shot, and that is going to help and just move a little right. That is very good indeed. Herself on, she's going to come up more like a 4, even at 3 iron, so have to air out a little left here. Just try to hold that club face open. Way right. She's trying to sling one. Oh, she was. Look at this. If it's got the steam, and it looks like it does, that's going to feed right as well. Beautiful shot there from Park Bo-kyum. Shinsil. Two excellent shots by her playing partner. She's got one less club than Park. That's a little right. Has it got enough? Not enough to get onto the upper shelf. Min managed 2 from there. See if Bang Shin-sil's up to the task. Second shot just going to be a layup coming uphill to the 18th. It's a layup for most of the field. Can't afford to have a lapse in concentration here. Angles are so important. Not to be hurried over this one, taking the time. Pretty close to the front edge of the green, but that short-sided pin, do you really want a little finicky wedge shot? Down to comfort levels of players. Now Park Hyun-kyung's trudging ahead, which seems to indicate that Moon Jung-min is having a go in two. Where do you leave it? I mean, if you hit this green, if you find the front left corner, I mean, you've got an almost impossible putt with the shoulder coming off that front trap to the whole location. So I don't know. I questioned this play from Moon. Necessarily complicating things. So while she waits, back to Bang, putting on 17. Slow up and over the rise, then races away after that. Pace looks pretty good here. Pace is excellent for Bang Shin-sil. Nicely judged from more than 60 feet away. Slippery one down this steep hill at 17, trying to turn, trying to get there, and it doesn't want to cooperate. Like I said for Hyun-kyung earlier, you take 4 in a heartbeat. 17. So you take a par, but a birdie, you're gaining a shot, not quite a shot and a half, probably a shot and maybe a third on the field, and it would take Park Bo-kyung back to level pegging for her opening round. But a rock solid 4. Shin-sil, that birdie putt passed a little further than I imagined, but look at that. She's third on tour when it comes to bogey avoidance. This is just a big putt psychologically. Much better to look at your name on the leaderboard in a red number than even par. Rock solid, great par save for Bang Shin-sil. Remains within 2 and remains at 1 under par coming up to the home hole. And Moon Jung-min has been standing here for a good 5 minutes. Could have finished a Sudoku puzzle in this time, Moon. You see, they're clearly intending to go for this in 2. He's just going to back up, play a little bit more with Bangshin Sil making her way to the tee. She's going to be going for the green and 2 with a good tee shot. Group ahead of Moon, still a lot of traffic on that 18th green. Just me shaking hands and heading off, so the runway will be clear for landing in a couple of moments' time. Looks like we've still got a putt to go, so the wait will go on for Moon Jung-min and the rest of us watching this bonus coverage Thursday afternoon of the inaugural Dukshin EPC Championship. Right. Tick-tock, tick-tock, here we go. Moon Jung-min, second shot up the hill to 18. Been in a long time for that green to clear. Hopefully she can still swing freely. 23 left to the front. That one's come up low and left. Keep chasing. Okay, well that's the front fringe, but that shoulder she's got to deal with. Just a question then. I know strokes gained, say, the closer you are to the green, the better statistical chance you have of picking up a shot or shot a bit on the field. It's just with full wedge you can control is a little bit more preferential now. Park Ji-young also giving this one a poke into. That one low and trying to cut. Okay, so she's on the green. To get up a little bit further. The further she gets onto the green, the less of that shoulder she's got to negotiate. I think she's done that. She's still got to come over a substantial amount of it, but it'll be an eagle putt for Park Ji-young. Layup because that's the power of the two playing partners. Oh, nice comfortable yardage in. For that to spin, doesn't quite get the soft landing she needed, but that would be where she was hoping to end up in the worst case scenario. Birdie look. It's been a frustrating day, I think, he said, for all three players. Group. See, hitting bank, fairways clear. She roasts one up here. Green definitely reachable into it with her leg, but may only be with a hybrid club. Hinges on a solid tee shot. Yes. Big shoulder turn. Threw it nicely. Definitely came on there. Shinsil. Bokyo. First field shot that she's left herself in this opening round. Didn't have enough steam. It's going to try and work down. Reasonable. Just to end with birdie 4. That's going to be slow already, and slower with which is putting into this pretty stiff breeze. Just want a good hit. Everyone missed this low right. See if Kim can figure it out. Frustrating, yes. This championship, stretch the imagination. Two-time major champion, 7 wins on tour. All round tomorrow in easier conditions. Quite back in this turkey shoot. Players wait for the green as well. This group, it's been a long day to start the week. Captivating day at least. Jump in. It's the luxury of watching Kim's putt fall the way right. It's got to be hit with some authority. Try had a bit more speed and it certainly was high enough. Fairly straight from this angle, just a case of hitting it with enough speed. Taking that ball on line to start. Aggressive play on the last, yields a birdie. Park Ji-young, despite a rather eventful back nine, will scribble her name next to a 1 over par round of 73 to begin her week. Missed a fair share of these today. Don't want to do that on the home hole. Like the size of that backswing. Seems to worth the stroke it. Going back. Nice rock of the shoulders. Some conviction. Alright. It was anything but dull, that opening round for Moon Jung-min, but it all tots up to a 74. 5. And Kyung just round things out in one of our feature groups this afternoon. That's for a par in a 75. Second shots to the last. Things off with Park Bo-kyung, who's got a 3-wood and she's going to have to throw herself at this one. 227, further back than Moon Jung-min's. A lot more elevation on that, a lot more height. Get the right kick. Here it comes, but spot that one found herself in. Part of that shoulder. Curious play there for Park. She's already laid it up here. Second. All the way up to survey the surroundings up at the green. She likes the options she has there. It's not the most positive body language there from the Financial Group champion. She knows it's going to be a tall ask to try and stick this one within 10 feet. And that downslope just going to exacerbate the difficulty of this shot. nice. As much spin as she could, but it's just tricky. It's always going to be tough from there. Left herself, does it? That dull thud is the bounce here. Edge digging in, big old swing, release that right hand. Hold as high as you can with as much spin as you can. That is a fabulous shot, as good as she could have done. There's a lot of guts to hit a shot like that. There's a lot of practice as well. To do the same. Off a pretty steep downslope, and see you later. That's how that goes. For birdie. First it will be Inju. This oddly familiar putt. Slow and moving to the right. First play today to leave it on that side. Be done tomorrow for Kim Min-ju, but she'll tee off in slightly easier morning conditions. If she popped that one in without incident, it'll be a 76 to start her week. birdie on the card. Hopefully would have learned off the putt of Kim Min-ju moving right. Got this a little left with just a hint more speed. It's for birdie. Close as anyone's gotten from that spot. 73 Park Bo-kyung. There's nothing to turn up your nose up at. A difficult day at Kingsdale. 3, not a disastrous score. Should start 2 and a share of 35th. Sill. Here. Equal best round of the afternoon. 2 in the past 17 for a show of 4th. 3 days to go, and sensation emerges a solid favourite going into tomorrow's second round, particularly with the easier hole locations. Too much speed. Good try though for Bang Shin-sil. 71. So, at the top of the show, in red figures. Very proud of your play this Thursday afternoon. Well done, Bang Shin-sil. Just the 3 putt on 14. Other than that, it was a very, very solid day at the office. Why don't we reflect on some of the brilliant moments we saw on display here on day 1 at Kingsdale. 3 rounds of the morning. Only 3 players breaking 70 on day 1. She was one of them. Lovely birdie after an efficient little wedge. 5 holes. Very solid stuff indeed. Downhill curling birdie, but just creeping in the right edge at the 4th for Lee Dong-eun. Pausing for an extraordinary amount of time over there, be able to pop that in to end her day with a birdie in a round of 70. Son headed up to 4 under par at one stage this morning. Shoulders, beaten by the title host. Birdie, bogey, birdie start for Moon. Choi Ka-bin starting to assert himself on the top of that leaderboard on the back nine. Nice touch there go on to roll that putt in for birdie. We've got 6 players tied for the lead at 3 under par at one stage of the championship. 14, Choi Kar-bin hit a stunning shot from the fairway bunker to leave herself in this spot, and she would get it to 4 under par and lead by herself, but that lead was not to be. Couple of late bogeys. Kar-bin eventually shooting a 2 under par 17. Choi Rim was bogey free to this point, added a second birdie of the day at the par 3 13th. And Kar-bin, couple late bogeys, even par to start her week for Choi Rim. Fourth shot at 16th for Choi, one of her 2 bogeys she had coming in. Same hole, Bangshin Sil and find a much needed birdie. Played a wonderful, crafty little second shot. Used the contours nicely, and then the putter would finish the job for Bangshin Sil. That was nice after a sloppy 3-putt bogey at the 14th. So 3 lead at 3 under par. Bangshin Sil lurking at 1. It's awfully tight. After the opening round here at Kingsdale Golf Club, looking forward to having your company tomorrow afternoon for some more great golf from the Dukshin EPC Championship on the KLPGA Tour. This is Timothy Lowe saying have a lovely evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.